All right. Okay. All right. I'm going to officially open our regular council meeting at 7:05, Thursday, August 5th. Just before we begin, some housekeeping. We're going to have to vote to go into executive session. But before that, since that may take maybe 15, 20 minutes, maybe longer, depending, Rick Morrissey is going to update us on an issue. So Josh, so you don't have to hang out. We'll do the resolution in case council members have questions, and then you can scoot so you're not here till 9 o'clock possibly, okay? So let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, and I'll ask Councilmember Ashley McPherson.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, the reason, the end to the Pledge of Allegiance, I'll hand it over to my pro tem, Ken Zalewski.
Well, as people know, former Councilman Bob Doherty passed away recently, and one of his trademarks as a council person, and he used to sit where Councilperson McDermott sits right now, so he's kind of behind me when we say the Pledge of Allegiance, and he always ended with liberty and justice for all.
Yes.
Very loud, sometimes scare me. So we just wanted to commemorate Bob by ending the Pledge of Allegiance the way he loved to do so.
Thank you. And at this moment, I know next month, Councilmember Steele and all of you will receive a copy in advance to hopefully co-sponsor. We'll be sponsoring a resolution on behalf of our former colleague, Bob Doherty. And I'd ask all of us to take a moment of silence for Bob. Thank you. And then next month, we'll talk about Bob and maybe some memories. We have fun ones. All right, Albert is with us, our deputy clerk, soon to be official. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Gully.
Here.
Councilmember Ash McPherson.
Here.
Councilmember Steele.
Present.
Councilmember Cummings. Present. Councilmember Zalewski.
Here.
Councilmember McDermott.
Here.
And Council President Mantello.
Here. Okay, approval of minutes. I'll take a motion to approve the July.
I will make a motion that we approve the minutes as transcribed.
We have a motion. Is there a second to approve the July minutes?
Second.
Councilmember Ash McPherson seconds. Councilmember Zalewski motions. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, presentation of the agenda. We have no local laws, a number of ordinances, and a few resolutions. And all of these passed the finance meeting 2 weeks ago, public forum. Is there anyone here who would like to speak on any agenda item or anything happening in the city?
Audio is working?
Okay.
Yeah, I guess that's me.
Awesome.
Just double check.
Yeah, so. Just check. Am I?
No, you're
I'm only
fine.
teasing you. Okay, I'm not gonna get in that mic. I'm probably
That's
really
fine.
loud. That thing was scaring me. So everyone knows basically who I am. I just want to just,
Just for the record, Frank, we know who you are, but it's being recorded.
okay, so I'm Frank Maben, North Social Community Solidarity Group. I am the director and resident of Troy for more than 55 years. Same number, same hood, 259th Street.
Yep.
And believe it or not, it's good there. So what we want to do right now is, I just can't believe, as to me, this is just so sad that this room is empty and this is a regular meeting for the council. And I hear so much when I'm out there and then I get this, but okay. Doesn't mean we don't proceed. Process, we move forward. What I want to do now is I just want to ask everyone, so we have a block party scheduled on 10th Street Park. This is in District 2. We're going to get the whole 10th Street. We're going to ask that every district be involved in this. And please bring like a vendor, a friend, something that they can see that it's really one Troy and that it's really amazing and that we really do come together and we will continuously do that. We believe this is going to be, we can do anything but fail with our real leader. So we believe in this and we really feel like this is going to add strength and
When is this for?
August 28th, it's the last Saturday in August. It'll start at 3 p.m.
Yep.
We'll have a stage. We have so much entertainment. We have so many speakers, which I certainly hope show up. But they will. But bring speakers, bring, whatever you have going into like the new year. And it's also going into, the kids are going back to school. We're going to have all kind of things there, but we really, really need the council's presence there. And if you're there and if you feel free, please, we'll have the stage there. Come up, say who you are, what council, what district. Show them that, hey, what's happening in South Troy affects North Troy, what's happening in North Troy affects, North Central, let them know so that they don't believe that they're divided or anyone's using them for whatever reason. Please, okay, August 28th, it's a Saturday, the last Saturday. It's a block party, it's a bonanza. We can really make this big. It will make a difference. So please. Thank you.
You got it, Frank. Thank you very much, and we'll make sure, if you post it, social
You'll
media,
see
et cetera, we'll
You'll
share
see
it.
flying
Awesome.
really soon.
Awesome.
Usually it takes a little while if we put it right now, they'll just tear it up.
Yeah.
But a week before it'll be in everyone's box, it'll be really out there and we'll make this thing. I believe in what we got here.
You got it. Thank you, Frank.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks. All right, vacancy list. Any questions? Any updates? Vacancy list should be at the end of the agenda. There it is on the back, council member.
Oh, there it is.
Okay, take a quick look if you have any questions. Okay, local laws, none. Yes, Councilmember Ashton McPherson.
Deputy Mayor, hi. Can you let me know, where are we with the youth specialist?
Same place we were a couple weeks ago. So we hired one. It's the same one as took a couple weeks ago.
Just hold it up.
All right,
Ready?
now, it should be all right.
I don't wanna.
I know.
It's like
That's piercing.
PTSD. Okay, we're good. Yeah. No, no, I'm good. There's really nobody here. I'll go close this way.
The microphone's right there.
Okay, there we go. See, we're all good. Same thing as 2 weeks ago. So we've hired Megan. So Megan is in-house. She's amazing. And then we have the second position. We did offer the second position. The person that we offered the job to had a family situation change. So she unfortunately had to turn it down. She is amazing. Like absolutely amazing. And when we we actually had like 4 applicants that I could have hired all 4. Actually, I went to the mayor to ask if I could hire 3 and figure out how to find the money because they were all good. All the applicants were amazing. And they all brought us such a different quality. So we offered another position. We offered the job to a different position, to a different individual. He thought it was great, and then it didn't come together for him for money to leave his current job. So I reached back out to the other woman just to see if anything had changed. It hasn't yet, but she's still extremely interested. So I would like to see if I'll continue to work with Megan. She's been reaching out to a lot of the community members. We've been working with some stuff out at like the Rensselaer Plateau, Grafton Park, and stuff like that, and putting some programming together for the fall. And then I would like to see where this woman is at the beginning of the year because she's that good to wait for. Okay.
Any other questions, council members?
What if you liked the idea of adding a third one?
Council member Cummings?
I have the people to fill it. There was actually this one, we did all of them, they all came in person, but we did one in Zoom because she was still in college at Oberlin, which is my old stomping grounds. And she was phenomenal. She was a Troy kid. She went to Troy High. She went away to school for soccer, and she was looking for her. She was amazing too. They're all amazing. Like we had really good quality applicants. I was so excited.
Council President.
Councilmember Zaluski, then Councilmember Ashton Pearson. No, Councilmember Cummings
We kinda stole
interrupted.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You'll get back. Sorry.
I just to piggyback on, so I'm showing one youth services specialist.
Right. We had funded 2.
Two, so
Yep.
we already hired one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. She
Who's
works
that?
out of the NIC. Her name is Megan.
Male, that's right.
Yep. She's amazing. She's lovely.
Councilmember Ash McPherson.
Just a quick question. You said if you could hire 3, you'd have one already ready. So if this one person you wanted to hire isn't available, why aren't we giving it to the other person?
Because there is no guarantees that I'll get the 3rd position.
Right.
And that person is worth the wait.
She is.
Oh, chair.
It's okay, Councilmember Gully, we're in rare form tonight.
She is. I don't say that lately. Like she was even, and Kevin and Chuck did interviews with me, and she was
But
really
what happens if in January she doesn't want it? So then we're still.
well. Then we'll go back out. They were really good. I mean, like I was really impressed. I didn't even interview anybody outside of Troy. Everybody was in the city limits that I interviewed. So there's still a pool of candidates outside of Troy that we didn't even interview. So we had really good applications.
Okay.
Awesome. Thanks, Monica.
That it?
Yep, moving along, we're gonna jump to ordinance 63, if members have questions. So Albert, let's hit ordinance 63, please.
Got it. Ordinance to accept funds from the New York State Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Services Tactical Team Target Grant Program and amend the 2021 Special Revenue Fund budget to appropriate funds. Council President Mantella with the request of the administration.
Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Motion, Councilmember Zaluski, is there a second?
Second.
Second, Councilmember Gully. Discussion?
Council President,
Councilmember Cummings.
we've been going back and forth a little bit by email, but I was hoping you would tell the public a little bit about your intended, either of you, maybe both, about the intended use for particularly the long-range acoustic device, which is proposed to be purchased.
We're dancing, Josh.
Okay,
You know, obviously,
I like that.
we've read reports from other municipalities using them as weapons, and my understanding is that is not the intent of the Troy Police Department, but I just wanted to get that clearly on the record for folks.
I will definitely speak on the intent of the usage. Detective Comatel can give you more detailed information, but the intent of this is to be used as sound amplification for communication. That's a primary use. We have no desire, no plans, no intent to use this with demonstrations or protest, other than we need to make an announcement. Again, it would be sound amplification only, basically a PA system on steroids. We're not using it to, there's no intent or desire or reason to be using it to cause any discomfort, harm, or deterrent to any demonstrators or protesters. That is not its purpose. Detective Comatel, I've seen this device in use. It's directional. It's very effective at its purpose. We used it at the 315 8th Street call last Saturday into Sunday. We were lucky enough to have Colony available. They came down. It worked like it was supposed to. Today we had another barricaded individual. I did not have access to that. So to utilize and make contact with the people, if they didn't come out on their own before we were ready to, I was going to have to send 4 guys into this house with shields to knock on a door and drop a cell phone and ask the person to communicate that way. So that's our purpose for it, is for communication and to avoid putting anybody at risk. Does that answer your question for the intent part of it?
Yeah, no, that's good. I guess the only question would be what to do about its capability to be used as a area denial
Sonic, I
device?
think a sonic weapon is
Sonic
what
weapon.
is what a lot of people call it when you look at it on the internet.
Yeah.
With the LRAD system, it has a 30-degree cone, and with that setup, on the side of the communication device, there are 3 distinct buttons, and those distinct buttons clearly delineate which is the max decibel. Then it goes from red, which is max, yellow, which is I think 6 decibels lower, and then green, which is 32 decibels lower than that. Green is like the general one that what we were talking about. That's what we would use it as. So for us, that green and yellow, depending on if it's a deep structure or if it is a very large building or we can't be that close, that's where we would be sitting in that green or yellow. And for the usage of it, it would be a trained person that would use it. It would either be myself or someone else on the emergency response team that's gonna has an understanding of what the buttons do, the decibel volume that they produce, and what those ramifications are if you use it improperly. So that is our intent, and that's what we're
Okay.
going to do.
If
Great.
we were going to use it outside, the manufacturer's instructions and safety parameters, it tells you what to use it, what decibels, what distances. If it was going to be used outside those parameters, for whatever reason, which I can't think of a whole lot of reasons we would be doing that in the first place, it would require it would require command level approval, which is a captain or a chief. So it would be very controlled if it was going to be used for anything other than what we're telling you right now. We're not using it for area denial like you're concerned.
Right.
I mean, its intent and purpose is exactly what Detective Comatell is explaining.
Okay. So it's got the 3 buttons for volume. Do you know if the one that you're purchasing also has buttons for pre-programmed messages or alerts?
Yes, so that is what it's actually benefit for us. So when we use Colonies LRAD, they have before the incident or before we roll out of the station and move to the address, they will pre-record a response where it's occupants of 1, 2, 3, 4th Street. This is the police. Please come out now with your hands up. We can guarantee your safety. So that recording is set so then we can just loop it every 10 or 15 or 30 a minute, whatever we want, so that they can come out without having to have to continually sit there and speak into the microphone. It just makes it a little bit easier for us and can control what comes out of it.
Okay. Do you plan on having, or is there a way to not have it programmed with the area deterrent
The tone, from what I understand, I don't believe so. It seems like it comes that way from the manufacturer. I can look into that. I don't believe there's a way to disable that. But again, it's not something that we have any intent on using.
Okay. Yeah, it'd be great to look into a little more about whether it can be just not included.
Absolutely.
Obviously, I know it's not your intent to use it, but accidents happen, and I don't want to end up with
And
lawsuit on our hands.
accidents can happen with this because if we're using outside parameters, we're basically going to a level of force which is governed by deadly physical force, where you're able to where you might cause serious physical injury or death. I don't think it's going to be death, but it could cause serious physical injury. So it's not going to be an accident. That's not happening because it's not acceptable. We don't do that, and the policy would be very clear on intents and purposes. And again, it would have multiple layers if it's going to be used outside its intended purposes. There's going to be clear cut, no miscommunication, no misunderstanding. That's not acceptable. We're a professional police department. We have rules and policy and procedures, and we follow those. And there's reasons we do it. We're accredited, and we are very professional.
Oh, sure. Yeah. And if it's possible to not program it with the area deterrence tone, if there, I don't know what situation you would want that in, but ideally, try to not program it with it.
We worry about absolutes.
Sure.
And that's where our fear comes, because if you end up in a situation where you do need that for some reason, hypothetically, there's somebody in a field with a long gun that we can't safely get to, and there's people in danger. We're moving from its typical use to something that might be that. Yeah. So that's why we were very careful with dealing with absolutes, and I'm sure everybody's aware of that. It's just, it could happen. Is it going to happen? Probably not in my career, probably not in Josh's career. Hopefully nobody here ever has that. We ever have to deal with that, especially in Troy. But we don't want to deal with absolutes and say never.
It did happen when we were talking earlier. It did happen in Massachusetts. So they had that sovereign citizen standoff on 95, where they blocked off a few miles. They got into a standoff. They had long guns. They went into the woods. It was a very volatile situation. The jurisdictional SWAT team that responded utilized their LRAD to bring that to a safe conclusion where nobody was shot and killed. So it has a very narrow, very slim use. And like the chief said, it's very rare that we would ever use that, but it is there if that situation and that level of force is required or needed.
Okay. I'm wondering, probably not again, but I'm wondering if there might be a capability for the manufacturer. I mean, can the red button be a key button instead of a button or something, you know?
I can check. I can absolutely call
It
LRAD.
seems like
see what
that,
they
it'd
say.
be helpful to just make that,
I will say this. Detective Comatel has been taking point on this.
Yeah.
Will you please contact the agency, see if there's modifications
Sure.
that are capable? If there are modifications that still allow capabilities but have additional safeties on it, we'll definitely take that into consideration. And as long as there's no, I don't want to say foreseeable barriers or so, I don't see why we couldn't incorporate them.
great,
Does
thank
that?
you. That's helpful.
All right.
I
I want you to feel comfortable with it.
yeah.
I know it's you know, it's,
I'm
You have
very
your
comfortable
concerns?
with your proposed uses of it. I've read plenty of stories in the last couple weeks about the ways police departments have used them wrong. And so I'm glad to, sounds like we're all on the same page about how we're using
absolutely.
Sir.
this. So thank you. And yeah.
Quick question. Do you foresee maybe any partnerships, like say, Cohoes or Waterville has a similar, volatile situation, us going over there, partnering and utilizing?
We have a very good working relationship. We were in Water Elite last fall. Last fall, when they had a very volatile situation, they don't have the resource we have. We went over there and we assist them with our resources. The thing to remember about whenever we go somewhere, we're sending a command officer is going to go, or somebody that has authority to do things. We don't deviate for our policies just because we're in somebody else's jurisdiction. We still play by our rules, our guidelines, our policy. And we're not deviating for that just because we're in somebody else's backyard.
Sure,
It's not how we do business.
perfect. Thanks. Any other council members? Awesome. Okay, thank you. Okay, further discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Motion carries 7-0.
And the ordinance. It's okay, ordinance 63.
Oh, yes, sorry, ordinance 63 carries
Awesome.
7-0.
Yep, perfect, all right. Thank you again, and
Thank you.
Honestly, Josh, if you want to take off, you're fine. I think the other grants were pretty clear cut.
Okay. Thank
At this time, our corporation counsel has to brief us on an issue, and I would request a vote to go into executive session.
I'll make a motion that we adjourn into executive session.
We have a motion on the floor, is there a second? Second, Councilmember Steele, discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Okay. We are not adjourning, we are going into executive session.
It's a big conference.
So we'll leave this.
Yes. Yes.
You can bring it up, just turn it off.
Was that? Yeah. Well, I appreciate your question.
Hey, Albert?
Yeah.
First, I'm going to executive session.
Very sure you're right, sure that counts as also.
Just in case. We can't lock.
Thank you so much. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah, he just can't, I told him.
Congratulations to you.
So,
No.
Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that.
perfect. I don't know. But if you,
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Just.
You get to learn.
Don't forget.
You guys say, we're eventually
I
gonna
don't
be.
answer Chris right now. Nice job.
Thank you.
Thank you, that's a great presentation.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You got my email, it's chris.king. Send me an email. I can, if like something I can't handle it, I'll push it to the appropriate way.
I hate to go through these things, but I don't know who else to call.
You know what? You're not going because if we don't know things, we can't do things. And sometimes we can't do anything, but at least we're aware.
Exactly, and I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yep, and I'm by myself in this room apparently. I'm Chris. Congratulations on your appointment, right?
Yeah, thank you, yeah. Once the session finishes up, it will be official. We can do the same.
Yeah, I saw that.
Because on the, yeah,
I'm on the agenda, but I'm gonna do the job now.
I agree. Yeah, yeah.
I didn't, public,
Yeah.
I don't say public, it's public government.
I'm studying public admin and, class.
I keep this, school.
Judgment a little more refined, but I understand what he's asking and why he's asking, and I'm, I just
to a pass. Can you still do a pass? Yeah.
at night, stay busy.
I hear you.
It's good to be back. I've been this busy for a long time. Sometimes there's been times where you know what to do, you know what to do, so I'm glad with this.
My wife and kids work up to St. Peter or Samaritan Hospital, nursing and types of stuff. And obviously, this probably never closed down. And again, like this, I remember else had to stay when I got to work. After about 4 weeks, I'm like, thank God I get to go to work.
I mean, that thing, that really took a toll on people's mental, physical, health and well-being.
I say, look, and I think the time between leaving my one job and finding a second one, a couple of months, and then back to work. Something like that. So,
I know some people that they get shut down, they didn't go back to work. Some of them still aren't back to work right now. The guy was up at the Palace, and he's still in the bubble. So, and I don't know what's gonna happen. I think I don't know if they're gonna go so far as to shut down again, but I know they're gonna start enforcing the vaccines and masking them come back. Just don't know how deep it's gonna go.
I was hoping people would take the vaccine on their not for most people to do most of it, but in this case, the information on the vaccine actually how we do. So people take it, so hopefully we say
There's a lot of unknowns going on right now.
starting to trouble myself with, what should we do about unemployment, if people not want to go back in, that's, certain things, some people do. Not gonna make it that it does not matter, we all have to be sheltered in place. So,
I'd rather see them take that money that they're paying people in employment right now, and whatever the difference is, if they would be making more unemployment than they are working, give them the difference.
that's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah,
You know,
like that unemployment bonus should be a salary bonus for essential types of things.
It-
Would impair that.
well, I mean, like you said, my daughter, she went back to work at a farm stand just so she has nothing to do. Well, every day she worked up there for $12 an hour, even 4 hours, that took one full day of unemployment off it. So by working up there, she cut her, 2 days a week, she cut her unemployment in half.
Yeah, and that's
So-
unfortunate for people.
So she made $200, not $200, 4 hours. She made $100 a week at the farm stand, but lost almost $300 in unemployment.
Right.
So how do you tell somebody to go back to work when only making less money?
Right, it's a career, it's
But if it's your grant, so, okay, you make $100 there, so your employment will subtract $100, so you're gonna get $200. So you're still making the same money, but, you're making it from the employer and us.
I mean, because the acknowledgement that the job should pay this much more, and that, like, the money, because it's just not, the economy is not there right now, but if we were something like that, we have an insurance firm, we could make that happen, so that the wages could go up, if wages did make the wages happen, we could, do something for the employer, so we might give you this bonus to pay employees, but you have to, it's gonna sunset, you have to make up somehow. And if they stay on this work, if they leave, then they get employment.
The problem with that is by raising wages, it's a great short-term solution, but after about 18 months, the economy will catch up with it, and everybody else's wages have to go up. If you pay somebody $15 an hour to do a job that requires very little skill, and then pay the skilled worker $17 or $18, so everybody's cost goes up. So it's a very delicate balancing act between paying people a living wage and not letting inflation run rampant. And there's gotta be better paying jobs. I mean, let's be honest. The jobs at Mr. Sub should not be careers. Unless you're a manager, they were always meant for teenagers or somebody, or maybe a mom going back to, mom wanted to work part-time just to get out of the house while kids were in school. They're never meant to be careers, and there's just such a vast amount of those jobs that it's just, when you go to Cumberland Farms, you see adults working there.
Yeah.
You're not seeing kids working there.
I don't think the adults have to experience it. They have people saying, you get the one we don't have, we won't have, we won't have.
I mean, I literally wonder when I see it, a young kid on this job cap, I'm like, wow.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could imagine that it's really interesting for kids to learn on, but I mean, there's nothing good to say in that. And there's, it's not like we have enough skilled jobs people graduate into. There's a shortage of real jobs.
Well, you used to have the blue collar jobs that people could go to, whether that was a garden way, or there was a 102nd, or Burton, or, one of the other manufacturing jobs that, you could earn a good, decent wage at for your time in, 5 office units or that. A lot of those jobs have automated or just disappeared. Right.
They can't set aside time because what am I doing for myself? So, they were sure that either don't want to do it or they're hired or decided. They don't have the general capability that we need to do that kind of business. I mean, it's not skilled labor, but there's a finesse to it.
Oh, I disagree. It is it's not necessarily skilled labor if you're working in the register.
That's different.
But if you're working in the kitchen, that's not that teenage kid. That's somebody that can work under pressure, rapidly adapt to changes. It's not like you're just at McDonald's putting burger, everybody's getting the same day burger.
So, yeah, right, there's a huge difference between those two things, and yet, it's experience, and people in that house who are not getting the money.
Absolutely. I never understood that. Like, what is it? Cooks.
Yeah.
So do the meals and do everything, and the person that brings them gets the tips. And they give pro tips to the bartender.
No, I've always worked back in the house, so I never seen the money, it's just,
on the executive session.
Yeah, not quite adjourned, go back.
We've been hanging out now for about an hour. That's the executive session.
I gotta figure out
That's good.
You've got more public than when we left.
Yeah, look at
How are you?
Hi, Mom.
How's
How you
it
doing?
going? Good to see you.
That was long.
We did do our public forum.
I missed it.
Yeah. we did
How did I miss it?
public
So you did that
forum. Right
today?
at 7. No.
Oh,
we
you
did
good.
one. But, yeah, I'll check with those guys. We do one now at the beginning.
When did that change? During Corona?
Oh, no, it changed way before January. When the new council came in, the majority changed it to one public forum. At the beginning, not before the meeting, at the
7.
beginning, right at 7, yeah.
Going on.
So- But listen, do you want to talk? Monica is on her way in the mayor.
Yeah, I'll try it. Anything break the shot, right?
Okay.
Well,
Thank you very much.
let's go through these.
All right.
No problem with the rest of them. Easy breezy.
Albert, thank you for handing the floor.
Sorry for the delay.
All right, so I now will take a vote to come back from executive session. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion that we resume from executive session.
Motion, Councilmember Zaluski, is there a second? Second, Councilmember Steele, discussion? All in favor? Opposed? All right, 7-0, we are back in. So ordinance 57, Albert.
Ordinance 57, ordinance authorizing the city of Troy to accept federal funding under the American Rescue Plan. Council President Mantello with the request of the administration.
Is there a
I'll make a
motion?
motion.
Motion, Councilmember Zaluski, is there a second?
A second.
Second, Councilmember Gully, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Motion 57 passes 7-0.
Ordinance 58.
Ordinance amending the general and specific grants fund budgets. Council President Mantello with the request of the administration.
Is there a
I'll
motion?
make a motion.
Motion, Councilmember Zaluski, is there a second? Second. Second, Councilmember Steele, discussion. All in favor? Opposed?
Motion passes 7-0. 58.
Ordinance 59.
Uh, 59, ordinance authorizing settlement of claim to wit State Farm Insurance Company, ASO Genevieve M. Stinson, plaintiff, the City of Troy and Eric Kennedy, defendants, Troy City Court Case Index Number CV-2079-19. Council President Mantello with the request of the administration.
Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Motion, Councilmember Zaluski, is there a second? Second. Second, Councilmember Steele. Full disclosure, Genevieve Stinson is my next door neighbor. Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Motion passes 59, 7-0.
Ordinance 60.
Ordinance to appropriate funds in the 2021 general fund from the U.S. Department of Justice Edward Byrne Memorial Justice Assistance Grant. Council President Mantello with the request of the administration.
Is there a motion?
Make a motion.
Motion, Councilmember Zalusky, is there a second?
Second.
Second, Councilmember Ash McPherson, beat Councilmember Gully to the punch.
By
Discussion.
0.2 of a second.
The Olympics. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Motion 60 passes 7-0.
Ordinance 61.
Ordinance amending the 2021 general fund budget to appropriate additional funding from the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee for pedestrian, bicyclist education and enforcement. Council President Mantello at the request of the administration.
Is there a
I'll
motion?
make a motion.
Motion, Councilmember Zalusky. Is there a second? Second. Second, Councilmember Steele. Discussion. All in favor? Opposed?
Motion 61 carries 7-0.
Ordinance 62.
Ordinance amending the 2021 general fund budget to appropriate additional funding from the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee for police traffic services. Council President Mantello with the request of the administration.
Is there a
I'll
motion?
make a motion.
Motion, Councilmember Zalusky. Is there a second?
Second.
Second, Councilmember Gully. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
62 carries 7-0.
Thank you. Ordinance 63, carried earlier, was passed unanimously. Ordinance 64.
64, ordinance amending the 2021 water fund budget. Council President Mantello with the request of the administration.
Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Motion, Councilmember Zalusky. Is there a second? Second, Councilmember Ash McPherson. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Motion 64 carries 7-0.
Ordinance 65.
Ordinance amending the 2021 garbage fund budget. Council President Mantello with the request of the administration.
Is there a motion?
Make a motion.
Motion, Councilmember Zalusky. Is there a second? Second. Second, Councilmember Steele. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
65 carries 7-0.
Ordinance 66.
Ordinance amending the 2021 general fund budget. Council President Mantello with the request of the administration.
Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Motion, Councilmember Zalusky. Is there a second? Second. Second, Councilmember Steele. Discussion. All in favor? Opposed?
66 carries 7-0.
And just for folks out there, much discussion took place at the finance on all of these. Resolution 59.
Resolution appointing a commissioner of deeds for the city of Troy. Council President Mantello.
Is there a motion?
Make a motion.
Motion, Councilmember Zalusky. Is there a second?
Second.
Second, Councilmember Gully. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
59 carries 7-0.
Resolution 60.
Resolution reporting the standard workday for elected and appointed employees. Council President Mantello.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
I make a motion. Councilmember Ash McPherson. Is there a second? Second, Councilmember McDermott. Discussion. All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Abstain.
I think you should recuse. Okay. You know, there's no financial.
And I love my report though, so I should vote for it.
It's up to you.
Yeah. Abstain.
Motion carries 6-1 with 6-0 with one abstention.
Very good. Resolution 61.
Resolution authorizing the city to engage in the
Bonadeo.
Thank you. To engage the Bonadeo Group for consulting services related to the American Rescue Plan. Council President Mantello with the request of the administration.
Is there a
Make a
motion?
motion.
Motion, Councilmember Zalusky. Is there a second? Second, Councilmember Ash McPherson. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
61 carries 7-0.
Resolution 62.
Resolution approving the city clerk's appointment of Albert Farrow as deputy city clerk and setting the annual salary for the deputy city clerk. Full disclosure, that's me. Councilmember Zalusky.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion, Councilmember Steele. Is there a
I'll
second?
second that.
Second, Councilmember Zalusky. Discussion. I just want to say Albert got thrown right into the fire and you're doing a wonderful job.
It's worse than that. I volunteer for this.
Welcome aboard, Albert. Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Welcome.
Motion carries 7-0, number 62. My father.
All right, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Motion, Councilmember Zaluski, is there a second? Before I second it, okay?
Can I get 5 minutes? I didn't know about your new rule.
Well,
I ran here from work to come, 5 minutes of your time.
So, I, as president, go ahead, Kenny.
Thank you.
Yep.
As you all know, I live at 391 9th Street.
They don't all know.
For years,
name.
I fought with Titunjan about building this wall.
Kenny,
It's my
can you
wall.
say your last name first?
My name is Ken Youngs. I live at 391 9th Street. All I want the city to do is either build the wall or give me the money that the city made me spend to take the wall down and build the wall. Then they came and said, oops, we made a mistake. It's not your property, Ken, it's ours. So I can't get a police report. They took my stuff. I paid for all this stuff. The city came and took it away. How is that? There's no paper trail because it wasn't legal because Russ Reeves did it. So I'm asking the city, please look into my wall. The heroin guys are getting crazy. There's nothing but drug paraphernalia all up and down. It's a 110-foot long wall. So there's a lot of drug paraphernalia now. The rocks are going down. This is my second snowblower that ate a rock. And I'm tired of getting, I shouldn't have to shoulder this. I did what the city told me I had to do. Then they told me they made a mistake. So I'm out $34,000 in a whole summer of my life. So I want the city to build a wall 16 foot, not 8 foot like was told me they would do, and they would take care of the weeds. Shumacs are a weed. Right now they're trees in my my property line is getting smaller and smaller because the way they put the shiplap rocks slides down, like a mountain. It's just gravity. Every time it rains, I get a fault line in my yard and another 6 inches, 8 inches falls away. My yard's getting narrower and narrower. I can't do a 6-foot fence. I can't have a swimming pool for my daughter like you should be able to have if you have a 6-foot fence. I can't put a fence up. So in essence, the city is violating my constitutional rights to home, health, happiness. I'm asking all of you, as I know you're not all my council members, please do something about my wall. I hate having to come here. It's annoying for you. It's such a heartache for me. I'm going to die from cancer soon. I don't want my daughter to have to fight with the city over the city's mistake. And it's the city's mistake. I have 2 very clear letters. One says it's your wall, fix it, or we'll take it down and bill your taxes. The other says, oops, we made a mistake. Ken, thanks for building the wall, but we're going to take it down. I'm in a gray area. I'm asking you guys to help me. I'm asking you to talk to the mayor, talk to the assistant mayor, and get somebody to say, you got to do something with Ken's wall. They want to do 8 foot. You made me do 16. I want 16. At the bottom of 110 foot, I live on a hill. So at the bottom of the 110 foot, it's 16 foot to my yard. If you do 8 foot, I'm still going to have a slope, and I'm never going to have a 6-foot fence. I'm never going to have a swimming pool. They even went into my property in the back and took 50 foot of wall on my property, not the city's property. Where's my materials? Why can't I have a police investigate and say you stole my stuff? I have receipts. But my logs are gone. And my last little thing is, this year my taxes, they're giving me late fees. I would love the council to address this. Why is this resident of the city of Troy getting late fees on my taxes? I wasn't allowed to work all year. I'm self-employed, so I don't get unemployment like a lot of people got, and they sat home. I didn't get that. I go to pay my taxes, $4,400, and then there's another $700 for late fees. And I'm going, hold on a minute. I didn't do this on purpose. So can maybe you guys discuss this in a group and see if we can not do late fees this year? Not our fault we couldn't work. And the city of Troy shouldn't profit extra because I couldn't save and make my payments. How we going, guys? Thanks. You're going to make me cry all the time.
Couple things. Thank you for coming. It feels like Geez, this is my 6th year
Yeah.
on the council, and my first year you were talking about the wall. Councilmember Ash McPherson wanted to address something.
Ms. Young, you had a conversation with me back in July. Was it
Yeah.
July that you saw me in the park?
Yeah.
Within 2 days, I had city engineer, code,
I seen them doing a survey at my
I
property.
had everybody up there.
I knew it was you. They told me.
I had everybody up there assessing the whole situation, and I said, this needs to be resolved, figure it out, what needs to be done. I'm still waiting to hear back from them, what's going on. I know they were doing the curbing because they're working on the sidewalks. I don't know the outcome of it. I know there was a lot of different discussions that were going on over the property line, over the rocks over there, and where it is right now to be cleaned up. Who's cleaning it up? It's
I'm
your
not doing it
property.
no more.
I'm just saying, if it's your property, you clean up that side. If it's the city's property, they clean up that side.
I'm not going on the rocks. The city owns 8 foot in from the curb. They dug 13.
I'm just saying that I did go up there and I did.
Right, I seen the surveys in my yard. I came home, asked them what they were doing. My neighbors all called me, said they're all over my
Yep.
property.
Well, we weren't on the property. We were all on the
Oh,
sidewalk.
he was in my yard. He was on my property.
No, when I was there, we all.
Well, maybe when you were there.
No, we all left at the same time. We all got there at the same time. We all left at the same time. So I don't know if it was a different time they
Well,
went
I
there.
think
but I'm
you're,
just
I
saying.
think your new, the guy who took Russ's job,
Engineer.
the
Engineer.
engineer, I think he sent a surveyor because they were doing, you know,
A survey,
the meet.
okay, so a survey was going to
So,
look at it.
that-
But I'm just letting you know that they are, I did ask them to put this to rest, to figure it all out. And I will follow up with them again this week.
I appreciate
Where
it.
they are.
That better than we had that email discussion. So I do appreciate it. You guys take
Thank you,
care.
Kenny.
Have a good one.
Thank
Stay safe. Thank you.
Yep.
See you.
Good night. Councilmember Steele.
I just wanted to mention to anyone who's watching out there that there'll be a District 3 meeting Monday night, 6 o'clock, on the corner of 15th and Park. Bring your lawn chair. We're going to specifically discuss traffic. And for those who live along 15th and Park, I think it'll be interesting. The traffic engineer will be attending, and hopefully we'll have a very positive discussion.
Awesome. Thanks, Councilmember Steele. I also want to mention Wednesday evening, 6 p.m., 1011 Second Ave, the council will be meeting to discuss the proposed development at that site. It'll be a workshop. So hopefully we'll get some good information and figure out our next steps. Any other announcements? Okay, motion to adjourn. We have a motion. I need a second. Second, Councilmember Steele. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ha-ha.
No.
See you next week.
That's a Bob Doherty commemoration as
Yes.
well.
Will appropriately. Aaron Fair. Oh, your traffic, I'm sorry. Aaron. No.
The traffic engineer.
I
He
didn't
does it
hear
all.
traffic.
He does
engineer.
it all right. I
He did.
I thought I said city engineer about
He does that too, so I was wondering who was all those titles.
grab Rick.